What's up, fight fans? Mainman Mademan here. Y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing, man. What up to the fam? And what up to everybody over there, Mainman Mademan's boxing forum over there on Facebook, man. Hey, the thing is this. I'm sitting here checking out Teofimo Lopez, you know what I'm saying? And he got some news out here. And for those who ain't heard, it seems as if that the upcoming fight between Teofimo Lopez and George Kmbosos is going to happen on October the 4th. And it's going to happen in the small room at Madison Square Garden. And it's going to be on a Monday night. So, and on top of that, you got Monday Night Football happening on that same night, where you're going to have the Las Vegas Raiders going up against, I think it's the LA Chargers. You know what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, you got Monday Night Football going on. They putting Teofimo Lopez in the small room in New York. Now, this is supposed to be Teo's backyard. You ain't supposed to be putting him in the small room in his own backyard. Not a man with all of these world titles. You know what I'm saying? But that's just the way it's going to go, fight fans. So I think that hurts his marketability going forward. When you think of guys like Josh Taylor, whom Teofimo Lopez is now saying that he wants to fight next, well, they're going to charge him a hard bargain. They're not going to look at him as this big-time star. They're going to look at him like this is what you did in your backyard of your hometown. You only can go into the small room. You know what I'm saying? You got all of these world titles, and you say you are this star. You did all of the backflips and all of that stuff, and you been put in the small room on a Monday night. It's almost as if this Triller thing is like a gift and a curse for Teo. Yeah, it's good that he getting paid properly, but at the end of the day, now, you know, with all of the postponements, the buzz on his fight with Kmbosos is pretty much flatline. And now they're stashing him in there on a Monday night in the small room, man, while Monday Night Football is going on. Not good. Not good at all, fight fans. But anyway, Teofimo Lopez is pretty much telling everybody exactly what he wants to do now, fight fans. And we know originally we thought that he was going to go and face Vasily Lomachenko towards the end of the year in New York, in Madison Square Garden. Now, I bet you for Vasily Lomachenko, they'd have put him in the big room. But that's what his plans was going to be towards the end of the year. Now, Teo's saying that he don't want to do that. And we see that there's reports surfacing that Vasily Lomachenko is going to go on and take on Richard Comey, who's a former opponent of Teofimo Lopez. So now Teofimo Lopez is saying he wants to move on. And we all know, fight fans, that Teofimo Lopez is busting at the seams at the 135-pound weight class. He's been saying forever he wants to move up. He's looking tremendous, big for the weight. And yeah, he may be still crunching down because he's 24 years old. So crunching down in weight is possible now, but it's getting harder and harder. And the same situation with Devin Haney. You don't want Teo to start sacrificing muscle. You know what I'm saying? So Teo is like he moving on. So let's read some of the quotes in this particular article they got floating around over there on ESPN. You know what I'm saying? And according to Teofimo Lopez, he says, and I quote, "I did everything at 135, became undisputed." He went on to say that now it's about going to 140, becoming undisputed at 140, God willing, and just continue on. Now, we know that him and Josh, he's been talking about Josh Taylor now for a while, even before the Kmbosos fight came in. You know what I mean? They've been wanting Josh Taylor ever since Josh Taylor became undisputed by beating Jose Ramirez. But, if there's interviews going back for months of Teofimo Lopez Sr., as well as Teofimo Lopez himself calling out Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor responded to Teo and telling Teo, bro, you're not really an undisputed champion. What you need to do is go and face Devin Haney and get the real belt and then call yourself undisputed. So it looked like Josh Taylor trying to sun him a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Real spill. But he goes on and says, and I quote, Teofimo says, and I quote, "There's no point in fighting Lomachenko. I think that moving forward, that's all it is. Keep moving forward." And I agree with Teofimo Lopez. A lot of me and boxing fans kind of go left and right on that. I don't think that Teofimo Lopez needs to be pressing Vasily Lomachenko for another fight. Granted, if Bob Arum was going to pay Teofimo Lopez properly to go do it, understand. But at the end of the day, if Vasily Lomachenko would have beat Teo, it's no freaking way he would have gave him a rematch. You know what I'm saying? So, what is Teo going to really gain from beating Vasily Lomachenko the second time that he hasn't already gained already, in my opinion? He's got the name recognition from beating him the first time. And on top of that, he got a hell of a lot of world titles. So I just think that was as good as it gets. And then now you talking about this Richard Comey fight for Lomachenko. Teo ain't going to wait around that long. I mean, like I said, he's busting at the seams at the weight class. You're telling him to wait to sometime next year for a Lomachenko fight that really may not do the greatest things in the world for him. But Bob Arum, who knows, man? Maybe he got other plans, and maybe Bob Arum's going to try to still push that fight on forward. According to Teo, he says, and I quote, "Everything happens for its reasons." That's really it. I beat the man that everybody said was the man. When the going went tough, he backed off. At the end of the day, he did beat him. He did beat him. He did beat him. He said, so now it's all about staying forward on it. I know that's right, bro. Can't be mad at him, bro. He got a lot of fish to fry, man. A Josh Taylor win right now does a lot more for Teofimo Lopez than a Vasily Lomachenko win, fight fans. That's just facts. Vasily Lomachenko, him doing that again is just will fulfill the wants and wishes of the Vasily Lomachenko nation. But outside of that, man, like, it's not really that big a deal. He did it already. He got all of the accolades from it. You know what I'm saying? And that's just my opinion on it, man. So he's talking about going up to meet up with Josh Taylor. That's the fight that he wants, fight fans. Can't say I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? And that's real spill. I can't say I don't understand why he wants Josh Taylor. Like I said, there's a hell of a lot of legacy point. Now, Josh Taylor, we know he's in a situation where he got to go and fight this guy, Jack Catterall, who they worked out some sort of deal for him to step aside so he can go and take on Jose Ramirez. And so they're fulfilling their obligation to Jack Catterall by fighting him by the end of the year. And after that, Josh Taylor is going to be looking to see what boxing got to offer. Now, by him being undisputed and having all them belts at 140, sky's the limit. Of course, I'm sure a lot of people would love Gervonta Tank Davis. We know politically that can't happen. Regis Prograde, there's nothing there for Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor is another fighter who's also talking about moving up in weight. If 140 doesn't do Josh Taylor right, Josh Taylor talking about rolling out, man, or not getting the right opponent, or should I say the most lucrative opponent, then he's talking about moving up to 147. And he's speaking on Terrence Crawford's name. You know what I'm saying? Some people believe that that's the future plan for maybe Bob Arum and Top Rank. Try to maneuver Josh Taylor into a fight with Terrence Crawford, especially with news now surfacing of possibly Terrence Crawford being aligned with MTK Global. But we'll see, man. You know what I'm saying? Josh Taylor's future is very bright. I also think that maybe Mikey Garcia is another viable name for Josh Taylor, given that Josh Taylor just recently defeated his stablemate in Jose Ramirez. And then, of course, you also got Josh Taylor versus Teofimo Lopez. And I'm sure it's going to come down to money, how much money is going to be paid to Josh to sit around and wait for Teofimo and give him a crack at all of that legacy. Because the way that Josh got a lot of leverage in all of this, especially to these promoters, is he'll just let these belts go. I mean, these promoters don't want these belts to go scattered everywhere before they got the right people in place to maybe pick up the pieces. You know what I'm saying? And Josh can have that looming threat. Hey, I'll just vacate this stuff and move on. You know what I'm saying? But it would be nice if it goes on, if Teofimo Lopez get another crack at undisputed in a whole nother weight class. You dig? That'd be right. That'd be right. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see, man. I like the fight. You know what I'm saying? Josh Taylor versus Teofimo. Teo got to get acclimated to 140. Josh is big for 140. You know what I mean? And he's a very, very talented, very skilled fighter. This is not the case to say of Gervonta Davis moving up and facing a Mario Barrios. Well, yeah, Barrios was the bigger man at 140, but Barrios was not nearly as skilled or as experienced as, say, a Josh Taylor. So this is going to be an uphill climb for Teo. If he wants this, you know what I'm saying, this would be the most dangerous opponent, perhaps. Well, Vasily was dangerous. Don't get it twisted. But I think Josh is more dangerous because Josh will knock you out. You know what I'm saying? And he going to come right at you. He going to bring that fight to you. This is a good fight, man. Teofimo Lopez and his pops feel like they got the skills to pull this off. According to Teo Sr., he's recently learned about Josh Taylor. And since he's been looking at him, we see a lot of flaws. We'll see, man. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. This is a damn good fight stylistically, and I love to break it down. But as for Teofimo Lopez and Vasily Lomachenko, it is what it is, man. Vasily Lomachenko ain't got nothing to offer at this point for Teo, man. Teo young. He got a future ahead of him. And if Devin Haney is talking about moving up to 40, then that fight's still on the table also. You know what I mean? We'll see, fight fans. Thumbs up on the way out if you didn't hit it on the way in. Share all day. Much love to y'all, man. I'll catch y'all on the next one, man. And until the next video. Peace out.